Advanced Auto Parts and get some oil. Let's go do the oil change on this bad boy. First things first, you gotta find you a spot if you don't live in a house or something. I live in the building, in apartments, so I don't want to be bothered there. So I always find me a little spot instead of driving to like a family member's house or something. All right, so this is where I did my oil change last time. I didn't have any issues, but you never know. So do this at your own risk. Pull up. Now that you drove the car a little bit, you wanna turn it off and let it sit for like 15 minutes. Let all the oil is mixed up right now in your engine, so let it sit for like 15 minutes. I would say 30 just so it could cool down too, but 15 minutes should be fine. You should be good, just so all the oil could go down to the oil pan and you can get a good change right there. So we're gonna turn off the car and just start prepping right quick. Make sure it's not gonna rain, because a 30-minute job will turn into a 2-hour job, and it's not looking too good for me, but I'll be all right. Another thing, you can open up your oil cap and just leave it like that, kind of release some pressure from in there and let the oil all go down easily. Another thing, for those of you who don't know anything about oil or what you need, you'll most likely just need your oil and a filter, right? As far as that, and you can just go online. I use Mobil 1. You can probably use a different brand. They probably have this on their website, but you can just hit find the right motor oil, put your car's information, go into the store and look for it yourself. I say go in there and look for it yourself, because you just never know who's working today or working there and mess around, they give you the wrong oil. I've had some situations where I was just like, all right, this person doesn't know what they're talking about. So just go in there, get your own stuff if you want, have them double check it, and you'll be good. You need a funnel, and you need a, I don't know, whatever, container, whatever you want to use. All right, so you pretty much just need, something to catch your oil, something to pour, help you pour it in. Depending on your car, you are gonna need some type of tool, either a socket or screwdriver, Allen key. Figure out what it is that you need and you should be good. So I just need this to remove a little cover, so I'm good. Also, my situation is very different because I have you'll see it later in the video, but I connect this into a valve and the oil just drains out. So it's a little bit easier, won't make such a mess. You'll see right now. Let's get this stuff over there. Get everything together, get some rags because it could get messy. The first time is usually messy, but after that you start getting used to it, you start knowing what's about to happen, and you can do things much cleaner. So let's get started on removing this little cover from under. All right, so now you take your tool, whatever it is you need to remove. Sometimes you got a cover, sometimes you don't. You should have a cover, but if you don't, you see, I would just have to remove it from here, from there. Sometimes you got to remove the whole thing, but I'm gonna just remove one so I could just slide my fingers into that little, right over here where my fingers pointing to. I'll get closer, but that's where the valve is at. So I'm gonna start on this. But yeah, that's the valve right there. See that? I just gotta remove. Let me squeeze in here. Gotta remove this little. It's like a little clip, and then right there, that silver part, that's the valve. You just flip that over, and the oil starts coming out. But let me plug in the tube right quick. Yeah, sometimes it's easier to remove the tool, the cover, but I'm not gonna lie, these little screws are a little hassle, so it's not that bad. I got my cable connected, my tube. About to set up my pan right quick. Oh shit. Some oil from the tube. Alright, so now all I gotta do is go down there, go back under there and hit the switch, and oil will start coming out and draining into this. Let's see if we can catch it right quick. Let me see. Boom. See that? Valve catch. And this is the results. So yeah, you'll most likely you won't have one of those a valve like that because that's aftermarket. You'll have you'll most likely have like a plastic screw or a drain bolt, and yeah, you'll just have to unscrew that, let the oil come out, which will be a little bit quicker than this, but probably less cleaner. And close it up. I hope y'all can see this because I still don't know the angle of the camera. Alright, put the clip back on, secure it, and remove the tool. Alright, I know we got the oil out. You close that valve, or you put your drain plug back in. Go ahead and put your cover back in. I'm gonna go ahead and screw that one screw I took off. Tighten this up. It's good. Now we're gonna move on to the oil filter that's most likely in the front. Mine's is in the front. Majority of the ones I know are in the front. So we're gonna just push this over there. So now we got that. We're gonna come to the front right quick. That's the oil filter right there. Some cars it'll be over here, some cars it'll be up top. Check where your oil filter is at. So we're gonna bring our drain container over here. Mine's always drains from over here for some reason. I'm not sure why it doesn't come out from here, but I hope it doesn't come out from there. But you see, get your rags just in case. The oil filter should only be hand tightened, so it should come out just with the strength of your hands. If not, then you need a tool, like some pliers, but let's see. My hands on oily, so it is hand tightened, but my hands are full of oil, so I lied. You might need another tool. You might need one of these. Just have it just in case. You'll buy it once and probably won't use it another. You use it every now and then when it's situations like this where it's just too slippery. You just grab the oil filter with this. Bam. There you go. There you go. There you go. There you go. Now, so as soon as you loosen it up, oil will start draining, coming out a little bit. You start checking for where it's gonna come out of. All right, it's coming out of there, so you're good. So just loosen it up a little bit more, and just leave it like that. Let it drain off for a little bit. Give it like 5 minutes. We let that sit for a little bit, just a tiny bit, not too much. Completely take it out and just pour it in the same direction that everything's still pouring into. So we won't make a mess because the oil filter will have oil inside. Just pour it out in that same direction, so you don't avoid a mess. Once you poured it out a little bit, just go ahead, pick it up slowly, and voila. Now you got your filter out, you just let that drain out for like a good 5-10 minutes. Let this finish pouring out, and that's it. And a new filter. Ooh. So now once you take your new filter out, also the old filter has to come out with this little rubber piece. Let me make sure. Yeah, you see, I have that seal right there. Just make sure it comes out with it. You can use some of this same oil and just lube the other one up like this. I like to use a new oil, but it shouldn't make a difference. Yeah, I like to use a new oil too. Pour a little bit in there. I heard you don't have to, but I just like to. Just following people, really. Nah, but especially the seal. The seal, yeah. But the inside, I don't know if it needs oil. I see people do it. See some people don't do it. Get it. Time to put a new one. Make sure you grab a new one. Yep, scoot up under here and just screw it back on. You see, that's why I don't like to put any oil, but sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. It just spilled out, so it might not be meant to have oil. Put that on there, screw it back on. Hand tighten. Alright, good to go, that's all. I'm gonna leave this down here for now, just so if you catch any little drip drops. And let's go pour the new oil in. I usually have something better to pour this in with. Let's do it though, quick. Oh snap. Just pour the whole thing. This car takes 6 quarts. This is 5, so don't have to worry about overfilling yet. Get your funnel out. Put your dipstick back in, oil cap back on, and you're done under the hood. Finito. Garbage. You throw these out too. If you know you. So, if you don't have one of these, and you have one of those open ones, what you're gonna want to do is, you have those open ones where you can't transport it because you'll spill. You'll just pour it back in here. Pour it back into this and take it to the auto parts store just like that. Just tell them, hey, can I pour it out? Or sometimes they'll tell you just leave it there and they'll take care of it, but and just throw the container away. As I was cleaning up, I remembered that once you let this sit down a little bit, some oil is gonna be in there. Just pour it out. Oh, I already cleaned this. Whatever. Just pour it out. You could just throw it in the garbage like that, but and even then, there's still gonna be some oil inside of the filter, but it's not that much. Just put it back in the new case, new box, and just throw it out. All right, now that we're done, go ahead and just reset your oil life, which I don't go by that anyways, but just reset it anyways. I go by this, my trip. I use one of my trips for my oil change. So this one, last time I did it was 3,600 miles ago, so I'm gonna reset that. But I still don't even go by that. I go by the hours. Every 200 hours I do an oil change. So.
I'm gonna go help a customer dump some oil.
Thank you. Good. All right, have a good day. Thank you. And there you go. Now, of course, you can just take this to a, a little shop they'll do this in probably 15 minutes, but sometimes you gotta do it yourself if you want it done right. And that's it. I'll just take this back home and we done.